time in YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Theme Deck Corner. Today we are looking over the Irontide theme deck, which released in the Ancient Origins block. Now, this deck is based around Metagross, the 150 HP Steel-type Pokemon, Stage 2, with Magnet Warp and Iron Cannon. Magnet Warp is its ability. Once during your turn, you may switch your active Pokemon out with one of your benched. And if you do so, your opponent is forced to do so as well. So you get like a free escape rope out of that ability. It has Iron Cannon, 2 steel, 2 colors, 80 damage. You may discard all your steel energy, but if you do, this attack does 80 more damage. So we want to make sure we get a knockout, sack all the steel energy. It may not be the best motive for some Pokemon, but when I can get 160 damage off, it is amazing. Now, starting off with our colorless Pokemon, we have our Persian 90 HP colorless Pokemon, of course. Stage 1, Fake Out and Ambush. Fake Out, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is paralyzed. Gives us a bit of a chance to kind of set up energy on who we want to do. Like, it's a nice attack, just a 1 energy drop, 30 damage, it's good. I like it. Ambush, 2 energy, colorless, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. So we have the opportunity to do 70 damage with this Pokemon. Not actually that bad, considering the fact that most theme decks, their colorless Pokemon are trash. So Persian actually has some benefits to it. It's a low HP cost, but that Fake Out might be able to keep us a turn or two. Next up is the only other steel type other than Metagross, Registeel, 120 HP. He's a basic, Iron Head and Forbidden Iron Hammer. 1 steel type, or 1 steel energy, 1 colors for Iron Head. It's going to do 30 times the amount of coin flips you flip, and it's going to do 30 based on each heads. So once you get a tails, attack's done, but you could do some massive damage, or you could do nothing. So it's a gamble. Forbidden Iron Hammer. If your opponent's Pokemon is an EX, discard an energy attached to it. We're not playing any EXs in this format, so we're going to do a maximum of 70 HP for 1 steel, 2 colorless. Big whoop. We have Vaporeon, 90 HP, water type. It's a stage 1 off of Eevee. Aqua Effect. So this puts in mind, so each of your stage, let's rephrase this. Each of your stage 1 Pokemon in play is now a water type in addition to its existing typing. So Persian now actually becomes a water type, which is really good, gives Persian some stab, and it's a non-water type that actually can dish out some damage. It also affects Metang. So Metang is a steel water type as long as Vaporeon is on the bench, which is really cool. It has an attack, Hydro Splash, 70 damage, again for 3 energy, so we're hoping not to spend that energy on Vaporeon, especially because it's a better bench warmer than it is an attacker. Next up, we have the Ancient Trait Gyarados. Has, I want to say, felt a double. I'm probably wrong. I'm sorry. It is a double effect. This Pokemon may have up to 2 Pokemon tool cards attached to it. That is really cool. So hopefully we have some. It's got 130 HP. He's a stage 1 based off of Magikarp. Most people know what a Gyarados is by now. Has full retaliation, 30 damage. This attack does 30 more damage for each damage counter on each of your benched Magikarps. This could be really cool, but it's not going to do too much in this deck, considering there's 2 Magikarps, and you need one of them to evolve the Gyarados. So, at most, Magikarp has 30 HP, so I can get 20 damage on a Magikarp. That boosts me by what? 30? No, it does 60. So that can do 90 damage for 1 double colorless energy drop. Now picture this Gyarados with like 3 Magikarps. Now you can dish out some real damage. It also has Thrash, 2 water, 2 colors, 100 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. If tails, this does 30 to you. So you have that gamble, but let's be honest here. 100 damage on its own is going to take something out. And even if we have to do 32 ourselves, Gyarados has got a pretty beastie HP cost for stage 1, so pretty happy about him. We have a Regice. Regice is very known in the standard competitive play for its resistance Blizzard, but can it hold up in a theme deck? It's got 120 HP, it is a basic. We have Ice Beam, 1 water energy, 1 colors, 30 damage, and we get 2 paralyze. So, same thing as Persian's Fake Out, but at the cost of another energy. Meh! It has, again, Resistance Blizzard, 1 water energy, 2 colorless, 70 damage. I don't know what it is about 70 damage, but that is the key mark in this episode. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by Pokemon EX. So, unfortunately, we will not be playing any, so we will not be able to use Regice's really cool ability. We also have a Relicanth, 90 HP, Water-type Pokemon, basic, Deep Sea Search, 1 colorless energy, search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon tool cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. This could benefit Gyarados if we do so need it. It also has Takedown, 30 damage. This Pokemon does 10 damage to itself. We'll not be putting 2 energies on Relicanth, that is for sure. Starting off our item card lineup, we have an Escape Rope. Same thing as Metagross's ability. We get to switch our active and our opponent's active at the same time, so it's kind of nice. We have a Level Ball, which was introduced in this set, which lets us net one of those 90 HP or below Pokemon, so we can get Meowth and Persian off of this ball, which is really nice. Same thing as Eevee and Vaporeon, since we don't have the Furious Fists Eevee that has the evolution from dropping energy, so we do have to hard evolve with this Eevee. Moving on, we have 2 Professor's Letters, because this time around we need a lot of energy, and I think the deck knew it, so Professor's Letter times 2 will be a very fine addition to us. We have a switch. I don't know what it is, but there's a ton of switching in this deck. We have an actual switch, we have an Escape Rope, and we have an ability, so I don't know if we'll be seeing the same Pokemon in the active spot too much, but hey, look, it's a good card to have. We have an Ace Trainer, which at the time we all were like, this could be the end replacement. No, this is not a very good card. Well, it is a good card, but it's not. You can only play this card if you have more prizes left than your opponent, so you have to be losing the game. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck, then you draw 6, your opponent draws 3. That is very beneficial because getting 6 cards is a lot, and forcing your opponent down is also good. Now again, if your opponent's in the winning position, he may not care about the cards, so we'll see how that plays out. We have a 1 Pokemon Center Lady, which is always nice because we can heal off 60 damage and any special conditions on one of our active Pokemon, or bench, doesn't matter, but it's a really nice card to have. We have 2 Tiernos because we need a little bit of draw support, and this gives us 3 cards every instance of using it. We have 1 Wally as our final supporter. Search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon, excluding a Pokemon EX, doesn't matter because we haven't got any, and put it onto that Pokemon. So we can do this turn 1 or the turn a Pokemon comes straight into play. So again, using Meowth as an example, we can go straight into Persian turn 1 and can go for that Fake Out. It'll be a nice little bit of it's a nice tech card for us to have, especially considering we do have a couple nice evolutions for once. We have 2 Healing Scarves. When you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you get to heal 20 damage, which is also nice. I don't really see it being too beneficial because usually you go for 1-shot KOs. Healing Scarf is only 20 damage, so we'll see. What is a really cool item card, though, is the Lucky Helmet. When this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, draw 2 cards. So this thing stops people from attacking early game because you don't want your opponent drawing too many cards early on. So hopefully we can grab it. Hopefully we can get it on our active Pokemon that can take a hit or 2, and hopefully we can draw a bunch of cards. Lastly, we have 13 Steel Energy and 8 Water Energy to round out the deck. That is Iron Tide. We are going to be checking out in just a second on Pokemon TCG and see if it can actually work really well. But just a reminder, guys, that I don't think I mentioned at the start, this is one of the last theme decks for X and Y block for us to cover. We've actually started in Breakthrough, which is the set after this one, I do believe, and we've actually worked our way through everything. So besides this deck and the next one, we're pretty much done with Theme Deck Corner until Steam Siege comes out in a couple months. So Theme Deck Corner may take a hiatus, depending if we get some other theme decks. I can pick some up or find some. Either way, we'll be taking a small break throughout the weeks on this one. So unfortunate to happen, but it will happen. But that is enough for this. We're going to get straight into another battle, and hopefully we'll get some wins today. Starting us off, guys, we're going to be playing against Goodfellas 76, and they're playing that Mental Might deck we love so much. So, can Iron Tide take on the ever-popular Mental Might? We're about to find out. Goodfella here does get the good old coin toss, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go first. There you go. Makes that decision pretty easy. We start with a Beldum. So we're going to play said Beldum. We have a ton of energy, we got some nice draw support. Nothing else though. Maybe we can draw a Metang, you know, maybe another Pokemon. I don't have a problem with Beldum lead though. Don't get me wrong, Beldum lead's actually really good for us. Because that means I can get the attacks off, I can get a Ram off turn 1, which is cool. We do see the Golett. We are actually resistant to Psychic, which is awesome, meaning we're just gonna have that much of a better time with this deck. But hopefully we can, you know, get some damage off of that too. Now we both have roughly the same. He's a little bit more bulky than I am. We do get another Beldum, which is nice. We're gonna just drop a Steel Energy right there, go for the Tyranno, and we do get a Metang, which is really nice. So next turn I'll be able to evolve, and we'll be able to get off a Metal Claw. But for now, we're going to just go straight for that Ram. 10 damage, not bad for turn 1. I'm actually quite happy with that. We're going to be seeing the Metang come up in the following turn as he goes for the Psychic Energy drop onto the Golett. We're going to see a beat, but does no damage. Sorry, my friend. My resistance does matter there. We're going to go for a Metang Evolution here, which is really good for us. We're going to go for a Steel Energy drop. I'm going to actually Professor's Letter first, getting 2 more energies out of the deck. 1 water, 1 steel. This way I don't have the luxury of drawing those with the Tyranno. I will hopefully draw a little bit of something else. So here comes the Tyranno. We get a Meowth, which is a nice card for us to have, and a Gyarados, which we don't need. We are going to go for the Metal Claw, which will do 30 damage, and on the next turn, we'll be able to go for that Bullet Punch and hopefully get a knockout here and take out this Mental Might deck. We're going to see the Roller Skates heads, so that she will be drawing 3 more cards, unfortunately. Possibly drawing a basic, and then keeping this game going a little longer. We do see a Potion. That might actually be a huge matter for us. Gets that Psychic drop, so she'll be able to do 30 damage to us. Yeah, 30. Resistance is 20. Sometimes, I don't know. So we take 30. It's going to be a 3-turn knockout for us, but we do have that Steel Energy. Now we're fully set up for this Metang. If I can get the evolution, that would be even better. Bullet Punch. We're going to see if we can knock this guy out. 1 heads, 2 heads. That's a knockout, and that's game number 1, baby. That's what I like to see. Metang putting in the work that it needs to do. We got a Healing Scarf. Didn't need it. Beautiful game for us. That was legit how it was supposed to be. Okay, on the spinning wheel, I have 1 check mark. How do I land on the same check mark? Either way, Metang got 1 knockout. We're going to be moving into the game number 2. See if we can get 2 wins today. I'm hoping so. Alright, guys, we're heading into game number 2 here, and it's against the Big Hamster, playing that good old Burning Spark. It's a nice reminder that, you know, we've kind of done a whole 180 playing this deck. They're even giving us the coin toss here. We're going to go Tails, and we lose. So the Big Hamster can go first, most likely. She might even give us turn 1. Who knows? No, I do have to be careful. She is giving us turn 1. She wants the ability to attack. We have a Registeel lead. So hopefully that'll be something for us. And with us going first, that's actually really nice that I don't have to worry about the extra attack. I'm not losing an attack here. I'll just be able to go for a little bit of extra damage turn 1, which will be really nice. We have no other bench Pokemon, so we will just drop that. We see a Doduo and a Magnemite. I can save the Healing Scarf for now, go for the Steel Energy drop, and I want to go for a Level Ball. I want to get my good old Beldum out. Just double check to see if both Metagross and the Metangs are in the deck. so I don't have to worry too much there. If the game goes that long, I at least have all those evolutions. I'm going to go for the Tyranno now. We get another Beldum, and another Tyranno for the following turn, which is beautiful. And we're just going to end the turn. Now our opponent has Dodo in the front, so he can go for that double stab, 10 each, flip 2 coins, 10 damage per coin flip. Not too scared of that one. Magnemite's a little scary. I'll give it that much. We see a Professor's Letter come out of our opponent's hand. Gonna be netting 2 electric energy, yep. And there's the electric energy drop onto the Magnemite as they switch it over to our turn. Now here's hoping there's a third Beldum. That's a little nice. So we're gonna drop, we don't need to drop any more steel energy on Registeel. We'll just drop a water energy, go for the Tyranno, hopefully get some Matangs. We got the full line, baby! Oh yeah, the Metagross is coming through. So I'm gonna attach a Lucky Helmet to Registeel. I'm gonna go for an evolution. Now I'll be able to go for the Metagross on the following turn, and I'm going to stop setting up this Registeel. It's at that nice attack where Ironhead can block me. If it attacks, I get some cards while I set up my main attacker. So we're going to go for that Ironhead right now, get a coin flip, and we do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, it happens. Maybe that Dodo was just too quick for us. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Either way, there's a second energy drop now on the Magnemite. Do we see an evolution? Do we see the evolution? Ah, probably not. It is now our turn. We're going to grab a Magikarp, which I don't really want to play. It's just a target for my opponent, and I don't want to give her that luxury. So we're going to drop a Steel Energy on the Metagross, and we're going to go for that Ironhead. Flip another Tails. Registeel, he's in front of you. You can hit him. Or her, because it's a female trainer, so it might be a her. I don't know. Professor's Letter, she'll be able to net 2 more energies from her deck. 2 more steel. Not too threatened by the Burning Sparks theme deck just yet, but I know the power behind it. It has some amazing potential. We go for the double stab. He gets 1, gets 10 damage. Take in on Registeel. We get to draw 2 cards. Beauty. And we get a water energy. So I'm gonna again start setting up Metagross. I don't need the Eevee. I'm gonna go for that Ironhead. We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, 4. 4. That is a knocked out Dodo if I've ever seen one. About time you hit him. Alright. We get a Meowth, which is perfect, goes with our Persian. Magnemite is now in the active position. Maximum damage is only 20, so I'm not worried about this thing. I can take a hit, draw a couple cards. Here comes the Shock Generator, does not paralyze. Therefore, I do not get any cards. We have another Steel Energy for the Metagross. And I'm going to drop the Meowth. Because if for whatever reason, Registeel and Metagross go down, I have a Meowth in the backup. So we're going to go for that Ironhead. Can we win this? We get 1. We get 2. That is a game number 2. Oh, this deck has a lot of nice potential to it. I will go into a game number 3. Even though we won our best 2 out of 3, this was a very short couple of matches. So I'd like to give you, something with a bit of oomph behind it. So we're going to go into one more game. Win or loss, we've got our game for the week. So we're about to see, can we go 3 for 3? We'll be right back. Alright guys, final game of the day, and it's against Mental Might, so it had to be, against the popular one. We get the coin toss though, unlike the first Mental Might deck. We're going to go Tails, and just like every other game, we're going to give our opponent the opportunity to go first or second. They're going to go first. What do we grab? We grab the Meowth. Alright. Meowth, you're up. You're in the active spot. We're not going to be too worried about their dark Pokemon, considering we know this deck has only Psychics. We have no basics, so we will have to skip that part of the deck building, or the battle. He has a nice bench, though. We see a Miltank, a Ralts, and a Golett. So this, and a Skitty. So this bench is definitely a lot scarier than ours. Definitely a lot scarier than ours. Cannot attack. We see a Great Ball. He's gonna run out of cards in his hand soon. He might have a bit of a selection, considering it didn't just go whoop. So the question is, what's he going for? He might go for that Curlia. No, he goes for Delcatty, for that Energy Salon. Now, Energy Salon doesn't do a whole lot in that deck, just because there's only one energy type. So it is now our turn. We get another Metagross, which is not really good for us. I'm going to attach the Lucky Helmet to Meowth because I do need a little bit of help. I'm going to go for that Water Energy Drop, save the Steel for something possibly more important, and we're going to go for 10 damage! Scratch! And that got some nice damage off. Now, he can go for the Powerful Friends now, which will do 10 damage to us as well, but it'll net us 2 cards. There comes the Delcatty he drew last turn. Now, the question is, what else did he get? Did he get another energy drop? I don't know. There's the energy drop. He is setting up this Miltank for something very powerful. Here comes the Powerful Friends, 10 damage, but we do get 2 cards. We get a Regice. Kind of regretting using that water energy, but we get the Beldum! Oh, this is beautiful! I don't even care about the Regice now. We're going to set up this Steel Energy on Beldum. Meowth is unfortunately going to be our sacrificial lamb right now. He's going to do another 10 damage as we start setting up our Beldum, soon to be Metang, for that good old taking out of the Miltank. So we see that third energy drop go onto the Miltank, hammer in, knocks us out. But we get another Meowth and a Level Ball. So we can go for that Persian if we really want it. But I think I'm going to go into Regice. I'm going to take a couple turns to set up here. Sweet Grab and another energy, which is beautiful. We're going to go into the Metang. I apologize. And Steel Energy Drop onto Metang. As we go for a Level Ball. And grab that Persian. Just this way, again, I have Persian, and they can't knock me out. That's the way I look at it. I don't have to draw it, I know I have it. Next turn I could probably get another energy, because I do need a 4th energy for Metang, so I may not fully evolve yet. We take 60. We get another Persian. I kind of tried not doing that, but the Persian is alive now. Goes for the energy drop on the Metang. As we go for the Magnet, we will not be using Magnet Warp, just because I don't want him to switch in and get the first hit on. I want to be able to take out the Miltank first. So, we're going to switch. I don't have a problem if he takes out 2 prizes. Considering the bench on his side is not set up, and I'm in a great position. 1 more energy, and I can go for 80 damage against the Miltank, and that is huge. So we lose our Regice, and I'll be going into the Metagross. Now, what's really good about this is I do have Magnet Warp, so if I don't draw an energy, but I do draw the energy, I could have switched out, gone into my Persian, no big deal. But we do get the energy, so I'm going to go for that Iron Cannon. No, we do not need to do more damage. So we're going to take out this Miltank, which is huge, takes out one of the biggest threats currently on the table, and we get our first prize. Beautiful. We got another Beldum. Just need another Metang, and we can kind of set ourselves back up into another Metagross. And our opponent is in a very bad position because I do have that resistance to Psychic. So keep that in mind. He is now going to go for that 30 damage, but I can knock him out in 1 shot, which is beautiful. So here comes the Roller Skates, hopes to draw 3, he does! And hopefully he drew what he wanted. He got a Hoot Hoot, which is beneficial for us, and another Golett. So this is a 6 prize game for sure. Gets the last Psychic Energy, goes for that Mega Punch most likely, which will only do 30 damage. I'm not worried about it. Alright, so we grab another Beldum, so I'll drop Beldum and Beldum and Beldum and Beldum, and we're going for that Iron Cannon. We do not need to waste that Steel Energy. We're going to just take out this Golett, and our opponent is in a very bad position because we've actually knocked out 6 of his precious Psychic Energy. That is a Steel Energy for our Beldum. So here comes the Delcatty. We see the Psychic Energy onto the Delkitty, going for the Energy Salon, but again, I'm not worried about it because Iron Cannon can one-shot this thing. Again, I didn't have a problem losing those two first Pokemon because I had such a big powerhouse coming out of the bench. And again, if I don't want to use it, I can Magnet Warp back out, which is really nice as well. Here comes the Psychic Energy, goes to the hand. I do believe that's all you can do, search your deck for 3 different types of basic energy. So you should be done. Should be done. But you might be checking out the rest of the deck, see what's in there. Doesn't grab anything else because you can't. We get a Switch, which is a beautiful card right now. But we are going to start setting up our second Beldum. And we're going to go for that good old Iron Cannon and grab another knockout. So there's 3 knockouts so far, 3 more to go, and then this game will be in the bag. We grab ourselves a Registeel, which I do like. So I'll be able to play that up, get another bench warmer myself as he goes into the Golett. Now, unfortunately for him, this Golett, even if you play an energy, it's not going to do any damage. So, sad for you, great for me. Hoot, Woobat, Ralts, and Skitty. I'm not too threatened by anything at the moment, and he's on a clock. I've got 3 turns to knock everything out. So if he can't get an attacker out and set something up soon, this game is pretty much in the bag. Especially because I'm resistant to everything. Now, I know he has a Psychic Energy. One of those cards that he did manage to grab from the Delkitty was a Psychic Energy, but he has to determine what Pokemon is worth having it. And he does go for the Golett. He'll go for the Beat most likely, but again, it is resisted, so he'll not do any damage. He goes for the Beat, no damage, thank you to my resistance. What a beautiful card this is. We are going to start setting up the second Beldum. I do not have the Metang yet. Go for the Registeel here. And we are going to go for that Iron Cannon, knocking out yet another major attacker in that deck. And again, another energy is gone. Our opponent is in a really bad position. Again, if I could draw that Metang, I can easily start setting up that third Metagross, because I do have the Metagross in my hand. I just need the Metang. And then, again, I'm 2 energies away from having another fully powered up Metagross. Our opponent is having a problem dealing with 1. I'll have 2 very shortly if I can grab that Metang. So we see the Psychic Energy drop onto the Hoot. This will let him draw 2, but it'll also let us draw 2. So if he goes for it, it's not something he wants to do. But he's in a bad pickle, so it might be the only thing he can do. Goes for the Hard Charm, onto the Skitty, does not matter. Skitty only has 50 HP anyway, has the Swoobat now. Again, does not matter, in range of being knocked out. Hoot lets him draw 2, but it also gives us 2, but we got 2 Steel Energy, so thankfully we did not draw those. We got a third one, but again, I'll just start setting up my Beldum. And this Hoot is going to get knocked out here from an Iron Cannon. Yes, please. We're knocking out this thing. And regardless, we can do 160 damage on the following turn. This was a consistent deck. I really do. We got the Metang, guys. That is amazing. Does not matter, but we did get it anyway. He finally got a Curly up, got a Furfrou, but at this point in the game, does not matter. He's going for a Fan Club. He's just playing all his cards now. Just playing all those cards. But with such a powerhouse in front of him, Metagross just eats him for days. That resistance, that attack, the ability to sacrifice all your Steel Energy for another major boosted attack, it's incredible. So we see a Miltank and a Hoot come from that Pokemon fan club. Again, does not matter. We see the Miltank drop, we see the Hoot drop, but sadly, unless he evolves, he's out of cards. Drops that Psychic Energy onto the Furfrou. It does not matter, because sadly, after I evolve and drop the Steel Energy for shits and giggles, my bad, apologize for the word, we are going to go for that Iron Cannon, and I will sacrifice all my Steel Energy, doing 160 damage, 140 due to the Hard Charm, and we now have got ourselves a 3-4-3, taking out the most powerful deck in Theme Deck format. So again, Again, this deck is definitely something to watch out for. It's got a lot of synergy. The cards aren't even that bad. Like, you look at it, and you don't have a problem setting something up. You have that ability with almost every Pokemon in the deck. There isn't really anything bad. Even the Relicanth, like, yeah, it's a filler card, but I can get two tool cards out of it. That gets me my Lucky Helmet. That gets me a Healing Scarf in case something happens. Again, it's for Gyarados, but it's a good card. It's not like, you know, having a random Bunnelby in my deck. So overall, I think this deck was really playable, really cool, and again, I had a lot of fun with it, so I do highly recommend this one. Will we be able to play Regirock? We're about to see in the next episode, guys. Make sure to come back for the final X and Y theme deck before Steam Siege, of course. But until then, time out.